Hey girl, hey, it's me. Oh God, what a day. But regardless, I figured this might be the most helpful, is making you a quick video here of the CX-50. So a lot of the same features that you currently have, but quite a few differences. Now, one of the reasons I use the 50 over the CX-5 is the 50s actually are leasing out a bit better. But they're also a little bit bigger. They have the same fuel economy as the CX-5, and some of the looks actually make them look a little bit more aggressive. But plus, for someone like you, it's a good thing to get something a little different. You've had a CX-5, went to another CX-5. It's kind of like, do you want a third CX-5? So immediately up the front, you're going to see a lot more aggression. You'll have the bulge kind of up in the hood. You have all the blacked out grill bar, a little bit of kind of reshaping in the bottom bumper, some very aggressive, headlights here. And then all of these vehicles in the premium level that I'm using are gonna have the black accents. So you'll again, black grill bar, black wheels, black mirror caps. Now, obviously, all of the same safety features that the current CX-5 you have, this one will have. So all of the collision avoidance, all of the adaptive cruise, the blind spot, the lane assistance, backup camera, and so forth. Now, in terms of interior, so the advanced key is a little different. So on your vehicle, you have a button that you press to lock or unlock. Now you just reach up and grab the handle and it will read that you have the key. So interior-wise, you're going to see the screen is much bigger. I'm actually going to go to the driver angle because it's a little bit better to display that here. But just looking at the rear, you'll see again a little bit more aggressive with some of these side vents, all LED lights back here, your dual exhaust. Of course, everything is all-wheel drive. And you are going to keep, that power liftgate that you can see here. Now, because this is just a touch bigger than the CX-5, you are going to have quite a bit more space that you might just sort of see here from the video. It is a little bit longer, and then I'm going to close this here. Now, interior-wise, this is where things kind of look a little cooler, in my opinion. What's a little bizarre is if you remember from your first CX-5, the seating was kind of like half cloth, half leather. And then for your current one, they got rid of that and went to all leather. The CX-50 is going to be more like the first one, where all of this on the outside and all around the top and the headrest is going to be leather. And then it's going to be kind of this very unique sort of textured cloth with some piping down the center that you can see here with the leather on the outside. Obviously, 8-way power seats with power lumbar. These two front seats will be heated. And then you'll notice the screen way bigger than your current CX-5. So you have I believe a 10.25 inch. This is going to be 12. Now, what's pretty cool with this, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is now wireless in these. So you do not need to actually plug it in as you do in your current CX-5. In fact, as soon as you get in, it will just pop up. When you're using Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, this will then be a touchscreen, but only in Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Otherwise, you'll have a redesigned dial down there. Still dual climate system, and you'll see you kind of have this textured leather that runs all along the dash. And of course, down there's your heated seats. A few differences is now you have kind of a half digital gauge cluster, as you can kind of see there in the center. That will change between like a regular speedometer or digital. Let me just turn this off here. Actually, I'll show that in a second. And then two of my favorites I saved for last. One, the Bose system will continue, so you'll see Bose. But the speakers, so you have 4 more speakers in this than your CX-5, and more importantly, they're placed quite differently. And I will say the sound of this Bose stereo compared to the one that you have in your CX-5 honestly makes your current vehicle just sound like a base audio system. This one is a night and day difference. But I did save my favorite feature for last. Is gone is just that regular old little sunroof. In fact, you'll see that you have this massive sunroof. I'm gonna reach up and click the shade here, so that way you can see the shade slide back and just reveal how big that sunroof is. And we're still going, and done. So you'll see that you have the dual pane sunroof that stretches all the way into the back seat. And in fact, I'm gonna open up the back door really quick just to show that. Now, this particular one is Soul Red Crystal. I know it might not be in your wheelhouse, but I have to say it's cute. I have 2 other color options that will be here probably within the next few days. One is going to be the polymetal gray, the other is going to be the machine gray. Both of them are pretty cool colors and really will just kind of come down to personal preference. So to help show you the machine gray, I'm going to show you this hatchback here. Because this color here is the machine gray. Well, you'll see it's like a very kind of almost chromatic gray. It's a really, really interesting color depending upon how the light hits it. So the way that the light hits it here, it's very liquidy. But then if you look at this particular one, it's not as liquidy in the shade. So again, kind of a pretty cool gray, if you would. The second choice is polymetal. I happen to love polymetal because it's sort of like a flat blue gray. It's very, very difficult to describe. And I'm going to show it to you on the CX-50 here. So this is going to be the polymetal, to where you'll see it kind of definitely has almost this hue of like blue to it, but it has kind of a flat clear coat. So it doesn't have a lot of the sparkle and everything, but it's more translucent. So you'll kind of see this sort of bluish gray, if you would. And those would kind of be the three options. Now, if there's a particular option, if you're looking at all three of these colors and you're like, you know what, Jay, absolutely the fuck not, I want black, no problem. I'll do my best and try to locate you a black one. But just figured I'd show you what I got and hope this helps. I always appreciate it, Kacey. Thank you again.